This is the first time someone has called me adorable. Does he really think I am?
If I had a beautiful daughter, I would have treasured her, adorned her in cold, and doted on her every word. Because you're so adorable.
The Tayar kingdom is a burial ground for women. Countless women have come here to become queen. But only a few can survive after absorbing energy from a dragon.
You have to be prepared to risk your life if you want to become a draconian's wife.
Hey, Tithi! What does absorbing a dragon's energy mean?
Has the king not explained anything to her? Should I even tell her in that case? It refers to the act of becoming pregnant and giving birth to a child of a Draconian.
Is it possible to die during childbirth?
It's actually quite common for the mother to die, especially since it's not easy to give birth to a powerful draconian child.
Is that why Jari thinks that I won't survive during childbirth? Because I'm too thin.
Since it is challenging to conceive a child with a draconian, anyone capable of bearing the king's child will become the queen. Giaret was a humble maid from a poor background, but she became queen after bearing a child for the previous king.
See? My background won't matter if I give birth to a child.
That's why I know you can do it. You'll give birth to a beautiful child and become queen.
Right? Thanks.
Why don't you try wearing something a bit bolder next time? You need to get the king's attention.
Something bold.
She looks a bit more relaxed now. It must have been a huge shock to her when I suddenly departed for Velk not too long ago. She was probably worried that we would go to war with them again.
She was most likely scared of losing her only remaining son.
My mother's name is Adar. She was a great queen who was praised for giving birth to 2 children from the guardian dragon bloodline and was said to have received the blessing of fire. But she lost her mind due to the shock of losing my brother, Raikon, 10 years ago. She couldn't accept his death and refused to bury him. I haven't been able to place my brother's body in Mesolak for 10 years now. My mother is so fearful of losing his body that she has kept it preserved in front of the sacred cave in Corsic, where she has stayed for the past decade. She still believes that my brother will open his eyes one day. Let's go back to the palace.
Why don't you visit the queen's palace?
I'm not in the mood right now.
Are you going to leave all the women in there alone again? Our tribe needs descendants. If you don't like Lucina, then at least go to Jarit.
This again.
10 years ago, the crown prince was caught up in the slaughter of the hatchlings and killed. The late king was assassinated when he tried to get revenge by chasing after the slayers. If something were to happen to you, then it would be the end of the guardian dragon bloodline.
That's why I have a wife now.
And I've heard rumors that your wife has been deserted and left alone in the king's bedchamber. You shall be well aware of the immense struggle women endure to give birth to a draconian, especially an heir to the guardian dragon bloodline. The late king was fully aware of this, which is why he kept many women close to him throughout his life. It was by doing this that he eventually found Jarit, who bore him a child. You must follow his example, your majesty, and get close to as many women.
And watch countless women die. I know that Jarit gave my brother a child. But before Thard happened, countless women entered my brother's chambers only to lose their lives. It's very rare for women to be born from the guardian dragon bloodline, and it's very difficult for women from other tribes to survive the guardian dragon's fire energy. How many women do you think died after only spending one night with him? Do you want me to drag every woman I see into my chambers, knowing that they will perish once I embrace them? I can't do something like that.
Those women had made their decision already, due to the chance of becoming queen by bearing a child from the guardian dragon bloodline. Ambitious women from humble backgrounds. Flocked to Tayar Kingdom, they were all prepared to die.
No, Raken told me the truth. Most of them were sold to the kingdom by their poor fathers. I've heard that most of them broke down in tears once they were in bed. Jarat was the only woman who embraced my brother without any fear. That's why he loved Jarat so much.
Then why don't you marry Jarit? Didn't she mention that to you as well? Anyone who has already conceived the child of a dragon has a high chance of succeeding the second time. That's why levirate marriages are encouraged in our kingdom.
I knew that Gyrat was destined to be with me. The moment I saw her, I want to be Bariand in Mezzaluk with her. She's the only woman who truly loves me. She told me that she loves me for who I am, not for being the king. You should meet someone like that too, Hakan. Not a woman who seduces you because she wants to be queen, but a woman who truly loves you for who you are.
I don't want Jard.
You don't want Jared. You don't like the maids. What am I supposed to do with you? Go over to Lucina then.
Why do Draconians have to take the lives of so many women simply for the sake of reproducing?
If it weren't for the Draconians, the Tayar kingdom would have been conquered by the neighboring kingdom a long time ago, and all the Werbeast tribes would have been dragged away as slaves. You must be aware that the Brionians perceive the Tayars as beasts or monsters. They may even have massacred all the tribes, just like the time they mercilessly slaughtered our hatchlings. The Brionians view us as barbarians, but the reason they don't march over and invade our kingdom is their fear of the Dragonians and the formidable fire energy they possess. Without the power of the guardian dragon, it would be impossible to protect all the people here. You should know this already. Your Majesty, I was willing to tolerate your complaints when the late king was still alive, but I can no longer do so. You must embrace Lucinus is that a child of the guardian dragon who can protect the Tayars can be born. That is the duty the Tayar king must fulfill for his people.
What if she dies?
She was destined to die regardless. Isn't that why you took her as your rage? I really don't understand why you care so much about that human.
I don't know either. Is it because she reminds me of that young girl? Is that why I can't stop worrying about her?
If you hadn't brought her here, then she would have died after the king of Brian was done with her. It's widely known that very few of the Brionian king's concubines managed to survive. If she was destined to die from the beginning, wouldn't it be better for her to at least have the opportunity to become queen by bearing you a child? I don't think it's particular bad choice for her.
Do you think she would agree?
Go and ask her yourself. How on earth am I supposed to know that? Whether she decides to accept her fate and perish, or chooses to bear your child and become queen, her destiny lies in her hands.
Lucina, the king is here.
Are you still awake, Lucina?